So, what's a good AdWords budget for a small business? Now, the reality is that depends on a number of factors, and the main thing is that the budget itself should be sufficient for whatever goals and objectives you have. As a small business, cash flow is always something that's a challenge, and many small business advertisers don't have that budget to put into advertising and marketing, and in many cases they are fearful of spending money and not getting any results, and that's an understandable sort of fear, but the reality is AdWords works, and when the campaigns and the ads and the keywords are set up effectively, the returns always come in. So as a small business, it's important to do your research, think like your customers, and sort of get into their minds, and even ask them questions about what they're looking for, and do your keyword research. That's going to help you to set a really good budget for your campaigns. Now, many advertisers that come to me start with small budgets, and some even start with budgets as low as £5 a day. Now, that's a very low budget. £10 a day, that's a very low budget, but it's fine if you want to test to see what sort of traffic you get, what engagement you get on the website, and so on. So it's fine to start with, but it's not a sustainable budget in a competitive field, especially when average cost per clicks are over £1, and when you think of the conversion rates. So deciding on what that budget is, there's a number of factors you need to consider. Now, when I look in this campaign, the daily budget is £100. Budget setting is on a daily basis, and the £100 per day multiplied by the average number of days in a month, which is 30.4, will give you just over £3,000. That's if you're running ads all days of the week and so on. So that's something to consider. How much are you looking to spend in total throughout the month? Sometimes you will find that AdWords will charge you slightly more on specific days, and what they will then do is maybe charge you less on less um, traffic volume days to make up for those high volume days, but they will never charge you more than your daily budget multiplied by the average number of days in the month. Another factor to consider is when you are running your campaigns, it's probably best to start with a standard delivery mode, because when you set a standard one, it sort of spreads your budget throughout the day and it doesn't spend it too quickly. So that's something that extends your budget sort of further, and it tries to get you the best clicks for the budget that you have. So maybe start with the standard one. With this one, we have accelerated because over some time we noticed that the budget wasn't being used up as fully as we really wanted, and a lot of conversions were taking place earlier in the day, so we moved it to an accelerated one. So that's something else to consider. Also look at the level of competition and how competitive your field is. If you're paying high cost per clicks and so on, you obviously want to put in a good budget that's going to get you good traffic and good returns from it. So you need to make sure that you're getting the sufficient volumes of traffic. And if you're paying high cost per clicks, like £10.38, £12.23 in this campaign, you can see then that it's a competitive field, and a budget like £10 or £20 per day is not going to cut it. So look at the level of competition and try and research into your competitors and see what they are paying on average. There are tools like SpyFu which allow you to go into your competitors' You look into your competitors' keywords and ads and see what they're bidding on, and get a rough idea of how much they're spending, and that will help you a great deal. Another factor is average CPC. Your average CPC is the average amount that you're paying for click, as I mentioned over here, and this is at the keyword level. You can also look at it at the search terms level and see what actual search terms you're getting, because sometimes there's a slight difference when you actually go into the search terms. The keyword CPC is an average or an aggregate of all the search terms that have been triggered by that keyword. So you need to drill down into the search terms to see what they are, and if you find some search terms are not good, you can probably add them as negative keywords. So if you don't like that one, for example, you select it and just add it as a negative keyword. That's going to block it from future searches. Also, what is your desired ad position? Your ad position is where you are ranking in the results. If you want to be at the top, you're gonna have to pay more on average than ads which are at the bottom. So top ads are those above the organic results, and bottom are those which come below the organic results. So that's going to help you decide on your budget as a small business.